So here we are at the entrance to the Grand Overland District Overland Experts. And I parked the Grenadier there in front of it just so you could see. And so we've got about 200 acres or so back here that we're going to be driving around on. This morning we've done some just some classroom training and whatnot, and just going over transmission, transfer case, how you climb obstacles, momentum, traction, those kinds of things. And I'm not going to bore you with all the details of that, but I wanted you to have a look at the sign and the entryway into where we're going to do the training. See you later. Okay, so I just now got through driving the obstacle course that Overland Experts has set up out here. So I'm going to have my trainer do that and let you see it real quick. Again, I did this once already, and you'll see, you know, how the vehicle does. You've probably seen this on a few other videos. Oops, he drove over the cone. But you see the articulation is fantastic there on the car. You're going to see some more articulation here. You've seen all that. You're also getting an idea of what you get from this Overland Experts training class. So that was about articulation and going from the side to side, and also breakover angle and whatnot. And you see that there's pretty good, yeah, pretty breakover angle here. Now this little, they call it the banana, this little embankment here, it took me a couple tries. That looks like a piece of cake, but when you get right here, when you enter it, you tend to high center a couple of the tires, and you actually saw the passenger side front tire spin just for a second there. And so you got to stay up higher on that hill than you would expect you would. Anyway, that, by the way, was about, I got this thing up to about a 25% angle. I don't think it was on that. And then he was showing me how to, if you happen to get it too big of an angle, you know, hit the gas and steer downhill. A little bit more of articulation. And then we're going to go over this log right here. Has to go through a little bit of mud. And this is really about just, again, going at an angle and making sure that the tires are on the highest point. A little more. By the way, if you hear whining, that is, the best we can tell, is probably the power steering pump is making that noise, which, you know, again, I drove 500 miles here yesterday and don't remember hearing that one single time. But it's been kind of annoying today because we got the windows down and whatnot. By the way, I have, I'm going to use the word complained, and I don't mean that in a really strong or bad way, and just said that the rock sliders are one of the things that I certainly would replace. Well, one of the things that we have learned today is, and one of the reasons I said I would replace the rock sliders is, first, there's no step there, and I realize rock sliders and steps are two different things, but I think you can have both. And here's more articulation and just going through these ditches here. Anyway, basically I said, hey, those rock sliders are hanging down way too far. Well, figured out that the rock sliders are on this vehicle the lowest thing, so that you're basically ensuring no matter what you go over, unless there's a rock like right in the middle, what you go over, the rock slider is the lowest thing, so you're not going to damage your car. So I'm going to have to, you know, take back some of my criticism about the rock slider. Well, it looks like he's going to go through. So I did this part over here too, and it's the this was certainly the most difficult section here, because you're starting to get, you're not only doing angles, but you're also in this deep turn here. And so you're trying, well, you see, so the turning radius is not enough for him to to make it through there. So I'm going to try to lead in this case and watch him go through, and you'll get a good feel for what this is like. Yeah, so you saw a little bit of wheel spin there on the driver's side front. You see how low he is down there? I got that down to about 25 degrees of roll. And there you go. So that is a capable vehicle and obviously a capable driver. Okay, so there's a little snippet of what we've been doing today on the driving portion, and we'll catch a little bit more later. Okay, I just did a hill climb on this, and I'm going to get the instructor to do it and watch him coming down. So this was fun. I mean, it's not all that difficult, but you've got this deep rut right here that he's getting ready to go through, and then we'll watch him go down through it, and then down the hill, and then come back up the hill. So this is pretty good. You'll see not a whole lot of articulation because he's going to straddle it, but still pretty cool. And he's going to go kind of slow down this hill. And then I'm going to catch him. Yeah, got a little more articulation there. I'll catch him. Now, we were going down this thing in low in first gear, and it got up to like 7 miles an hour. So that's him just taking his foot off the brake and off the gas, and letting low first gear handle it. And then over here, I actually put it in third in manual and got it going pretty quick. So we're going to see him come up through here, and yeah, so he's probably going 20-25 miles an hour, something like that. You know, not that steep of a incline, but again, just giving you a little bit more feel of what the car can do. The traction's pretty good out here, and what we're doing for this training. So we did just do a pretty steep, oh, here it is. We just did this trail. So this is the rockiest thing that we've done, which is, you see it's pretty steep, but traction was good, so I just crawled it. You see, you know, there's the rock on the, what would be the right if you're coming up. There's this big rock here. You got to dodge that little rock right there. It's not that little of a rock. And this spot right here, you obviously got to dodge that rock too. So there was a little bit of risk in coming up here, but honestly, because the traction is good, it climbed it no problem. As you've heard a million times with YouTube videos, the GoPro does not do justice. This thing got up to, I believe, 27 degrees worth of incline on the climb. May have been higher and I didn't see it, but you know, it's pretty steep. All right, well, the day is over. I wanted you to see a little mud. So it's gotten a little bit dirty. It's still pretty clean inside and whatnot, but I wanted you to see that we've gotten a little bit of mud. Now, we didn't go mudding. We just were driving around, and I think he said it rained maybe a week or so ago on this property, but we did get a little bit dirty, as you see. I wanted you to show you around the property real quick. So this is kind of interesting. You see, as part of their recovery training, they've actually got a couple of cars that they rolled over on the side. Now, this is on purpose, and this is part of the recovery training. I don't know that we're going to be fooling with this tomorrow, but potentially with these cars. And then if you look over here, there is a row of Overland experts, I'll call it badged, or marked vehicles. So again, they do training for the military, and they use the kinds of vehicles that you would mostly find overseas, and that's what the purpose of these vehicles are. So there's the building where I did most of the training, and this is a facility. I'll give you a real quick look. Got a pretty good, pretty nice view here, and this is about 30 minutes from where I'm staying in the town of Asheboro, North Carolina. So anyhow, that's it. The day's over. Tomorrow is recovery training, and so I'll shoot some video. See you then.